Hello and welcome to this week's State of Events. I'm Tanya Zelke.
And I'm Andriana Shepard. Let's get to today's top story.
The Pentagon is temporarily suspending collecting National Guard reenlistment bonuses. Defense Secretary Ash Carter promises to find a resolution to the decade-long conflict. State of Events reporter Uilani Gray joins us in the studio with more details and what to expect in the future.
Thank you, ladies. Veterans were told to re-enlist and they would get a bonus. They did that. Now, a decade later, the Pentagon wants the money back. The public outcry was so strong that the Pentagon backed off.
This story begins with a letter.
I was like, what in the world?
Then demanding calls requesting full payment of an enlistment bonus received over a decade ago.
They act like I'm a criminal.
Nearly 10,000 California Guards have been told to repay part or all of their enlistment bonuses.
I've never accepted any money that I didn't believe I deserved.
The fallout began when California Guard incentives managers pled guilty to fraud in 2011, which in return warranted an internal audit of all personnel and bonuses paid. Most soldiers, unaware of the wrongdoing, did their service time like they agreed.
And I served the entire contract, and I risked my life to serve that contract.
Carter ordered a review of collection procedures to ensure those who didn't engage in fraud are not being punished. Senator Boxer says it's an outrage to hold service members responsible for the illegal behavior of others. There is currently a defense bill in the House that would establish a statute of limitations on the military to recover future overpayments and evaluate existing cases of service member debt.
So now Congress is looking to finalize the bill. The goal is to pass it after the election. We'll have updates on this story as it continues to unfold. I'm Uilani Gray. Back to you at the desk.
A dog sentenced to death in a San Francisco court has a second chance at life. But this pit bull has since injured 2 more dogs at a local dog park. State of Events reporter Michael Overby is in the newsroom with more on this story.
You wouldn't think so, Adriana, but San Francisco is full of surprises. This black pit bull here, named Destiny, was sentenced to death back in 2014. However, she's since been granted a court-ordered reprieve, but hasn't managed to stay out of trouble. Destiny frequents this dog park here, located in Bernal Heights. Preceded Dog Park has been known for its open and loving atmosphere among pets. That is, until Destiny moved into town.
I certainly know she's attacked dogs of our friends.
Destiny's got quite a rap sheet. She's been accused of attacking 7 dogs. Her violent behavior sentenced her to death, but after an appeal from a city attorney, was able to roam free once more. Dog owners at Presida Park are concerned over this matter.
I leave my dog off the leash, and I assume that everybody that comes to this park has a well-trained dog that is not going to be vicious in any way and attack other dogs.
However, they do not blame Destiny herself, but the care of her owner.
That's not the kind of dog that I don't think should be off the leash, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the dog is bad. You know, that just needs that. I think that dog just needs better training.
Destiny's most recent attack was just 2 weeks ago. San Francisco Animal Control has been out and looking for her, but with no success. For any developments on the story, we'll keep you updated here. Back to you guys in the studio.
A San Francisco startup called Otto could change trucking in the U.S. This is not a runaway truck. It's an 18-wheeler that is self-driven and has made history in the U.S. It is the first truck ever to make a 120-mile delivery all on its own. The truck still needs a driver standing by for now. But in the future, Otto wants these trucks to be completely self-driven. There is a new website that aims to get you out of parking tickets. It's called Do Not Pay, and it's making waves in the tech and legal worlds.
State of Events Andrew Bry has more about the joining of law and technology.
I have unpaid parking tickets. Be gentle.
Parking and ticket fines are a widespread issue for Bay Area drivers. It is estimated that 1 out of every 3 drivers on the road in San Francisco is actively looking for parking spaces. Signs can be confusing or misleading, and oftentimes, if you are caught parked illegally, a ticket is sure to follow.
And with advancements in technology, it should come as no surprise that these sectors of law and tech are beginning to merge.
Enter Josh Browder. A 19-year-old computer science student at Stanford University set upon making legal troubles like parking tickets a little less stressful. Last summer, after accumulating a hoard of parking tickets in England, Josh created a bot that utilizes the capabilities of artificial intelligence and machine learning in order to help those facing legal troubles. Browder has made a lot of headlines, and some of the best minds in tech are actively pursuing his talent. In an effort to find out more about the implementation of legal technologies, I spoke with Nick Rishwain. Nick is an expert in the legal tech field and hosts the broadcast Legal Tech Live, which gives members of the industry a platform to voice their opinions and ideas in all things legal tech. Nick firmly believes the adoption of legal technologies will have a resounding effect for everyday people.
I think this is huge for the public as a whole to embrace, because this will make access to justice or make justice or access to legal assistance much more affordable in the very near term.
After the break, we will have the latest on how airlines are now using new technology to make flights safer.
And people rush to the San Francisco Zoo and Golden Gate Park in costumes. We have more on the holiday events next.
I saw a sleeping bear, a grizzly bear. It was sleeping behind a tree, and I saw a real coyote. Even though the planet's spinning, you can't see it spinning. Recycle things like boxes or something. And water helps the environment so everything can live. No water fish cannot live. I've been in the ocean. Or the beach. When I go to my grandma and grandpa's house, I can walk nothing would get water in our whole land. Yeah. Throwing things away and using them again. The scraps we can make up. I like the planet. My future is now. My future is now. My future is now. My future is now. My future is now.
Welcome back to State of Events. The fear of flying lands ninth on the top 100 phobias in the U.S. Well, now those travelers may rest comfier aboard a flight. State of Events' Tessa Kleinbell has the details on the new technology that may ease air turbulence.
A new partnership between the weather company and the in-flight internet service GoGo are looking to improve airline safety and decrease the number of bumpy flights.
According to airsafe.com, researchers found that an average of 18.1% of adults in the U.S. are afraid to fly, be it taking off or landing, or just the aerodynamics of a plane lifting off the ground and being up so high. Another main reason is the bumps and jerks an aircraft can create from air turbulence. I spoke with a passenger who came in from Denver.
It's pretty bumpy. I'd say in general, a lot of the flights I take can have pretty bumpy moments.
Well, that soon may change thanks to IBM's The Weather Company coming together with GoGo to install technology that will give air turbulence alerts in real time, directly to the cockpit. Pilots traditionally receive verbal reports with limited data in flight. Bumpy flights are not just uncomfortable. They can sometimes cause serious damage or injury and can be very costly to airlines. I spoke with 2 pilots who wanted to be anonymous.
Anytime we can get relevant weather data that can help us to make decisions that impact safety, that's a good thing.
It also may ease some minds.
And I think in general, it'll just make people more comfortable.
Private planes will be the first to try out the new technology, but the companies hope to expand its model to commercial airliners globally in the future. I'm Tessa Kleinbell, State of Events.
Are you stressed out? It could be the election. Election Day is less than a week away, and the American Psychological Association says election 2016 is stressing out more than half of Americans. The APA surveyed over 3,500 voting adults in the Stress in America survey. Different generations reported different levels of stress. 56% of millennials reported the election is very or somewhat a significant source of stress.
It's because of the very high, almost toxic, rhetorically speaking, toxic level of negative animosity that's shown in this campaign.
The APA suggests that voters avoid getting into discussions about the election to help manage stress. The association also reminds voters that life will go on after November 8th, no matter who is elected president.
Costumes, trick-or-treating, and animals. Thousands of people went to the zoo to celebrate Halloween. State of Events reporter Chloe Ortega is live at the San Francisco Zoo with the story.
Thousands of people were here over the weekend to celebrate Halloween. Kids enjoyed candy and tigers enjoyed pumpkins. Halloween at the zoo, known as Zootoberfest, is one of the zoo's most popular events, garnering around 10,000 people during the Halloween weekend.
We have been coming to the zoo at Halloween every year since our kids were very, very small.
Rachel Eslig, the marketing communications manager, tells us why people love celebrating Halloween at the zoo.
Everyone loves animals and everyone loves kids in costumes, so why not bring the two together? It's something we've been doing for a long time. Our members who know us and love us have come to expect it. They really enjoy this event. And as you can see, even on a day where there was some weather earlier today, there's still a lot of people out here.
Not only did kids enjoy trick-or-treating and face painting, they were also able to see some animals delight in pumpkins.
And people love to see the pumpkin enrichment that we give them during the Halloween weekend. So we give certain animals that enjoy pumpkins and the treats that we put inside, we give it to them. We have a schedule for it. And yesterday, when the zoo was a lot busier, I mean, there were just crowds of people that were standing around waiting for the lions to get their pumpkins. And I think it's just something really cute and really fun for people to watch, and it's also enriching for the animals.
The zoo is preparing for another holiday-themed event next month. It's called Zoo Lights. Take a trip with Santa Claus, reindeers, and a holiday marketplace. From San Francisco, I'm Chloe Ortega, State of Events. Back to you guys.
Costumes, an a cappella group, and a waffle truck. These were some of the things you could have seen at the polo fields in Golden Gate Park Sunday morning. They were all there for the SF Mad Dash 5K costume run.
The proceeds from the run will go to the Sunset Co-op Nursery School. State of Events' Julian Gaskins was there, and as he says, a little rain wasn't slowing anyone down.
And they're off. It wasn't the driest Sunday morning, but a little water wasn't going to let these runners slow them down. While some were trying to stay out of the rain, and some were fully embracing the shower, everyone at the polo fields in Golden Gate Park was there to enjoy the 5K costume run, and a little food and music to go along with it. The run helps to benefit the Sunset Co-op Nursery School. According to their website, the community is home to 50 to 60 families, and those families are some of the biggest contributors in and out of the classroom.
First place.
I spoke with Leslie Eldridge, the race organizer and a parent at the school, about what the money from the run will go towards.
everything that we use to purchase educational materials, everything that we do to maintain our school, the outside of it, the playground, the keeping the lights on and the toilets flushing. All of that is fundraising.
Leslie added to that by saying, "These events are as much about building our community as they are about raising funds for our kids and our school. The rain and the challenging conditions just shows how strong and supportive our community is." Now, the school is located down here at the corner of Lawton Street and the Great Highway. If you missed the fundraiser Sunday morning, don't worry about it. They'll have another one Saturday, December 10th, a holiday crafts fair where people in the community will be making handmade crafts. A percentage of the profits will come right back to the school. Reporting from San Francisco, Julian Gaskins, State of Events.
Up next, the latest in the Bay Area fashion world. We have an interview with a designer who wants to give back.
And a new lounge on campus is opening soon. Find out who benefits when we come back.
Daddy, what is sustainability?
Sustainability?
Yeah, sustainability.
Well, it's composting.
Cool.
It's conserving water.
What about clothes?
You can reuse clothes too. Are you ready for school?
Almost done.
Latest project isn't an album, it's an eco-friendly coffee line.
State of Events' Abene Clayton was in Oakland to talk to bassist Mike Dirnt about the launch of Oakland Coffee. Abene is in the newsroom with the story.
Mike isn't new to the food and drink industry. He co-owns Rudy's Can't Fail Cafe in Oakland. Now, a partnership with San Francisco Bay Coffee is combining a cup of joe with eco-friendly packaging.
Most coffee bags are plastic and have aluminum linings, but Oakland Coffee's packaging will be 100% compostable.
Cornstarch and plant-based plastics, basically. So if they go to municipal compost, they can make their way back to the earth within 120 days.
Mike says that eco-friendly materials in fair trade organic coffee has a large role in the company.
But it's become a very important part of it in the sense of what the overall footprint can be on the planet, or lack thereof footprint,
Another part of Oakland Coffee's mission? Diversifying the market for coffee lovers across California.
Sustainability should be accessible for everybody, and people should have an option. That said, we want to present coffee, great coffee, in sustainable packaging that's not pushing the cost onto the consumer, and it's still just killer coffee.
Later that day, Mike went to Costco in Richmond to pour samples of coffee and take pictures with fans. I did a comparison of coffee prices, and the Green Day brand falls about right in the middle at $45 for 3 12-ounce bags. Live in the newsroom, I'm Abene Clayton, State of Events. Tanya, back to you in the studio.
A fashion show is benefiting 27 different charities this Thursday in San Francisco. Designer Dia Ates is trying to make the world a better place through her work. She wants her company to give back and create connections with entrepreneurs throughout the world. She has created high-end fashion with a bigger cause behind it. Tickets are selling online for her fashion show at diaates.com, or you can follow her on Twitter at dia_Ates.
In 2008, Ame Song started her fashion blog, Song of Style. Less than 10 years later, she landed a spot on Forbes 30 Under 30. It's a list of influential people under the age of 30. How did she do it? State of Events reporter Thelma Annan finds out in this live report.
Social media is used for everything these days, so why not make a career out of it?
Ami Song reveals how she went from studying interior design to becoming her own fashion brand.
Unless you're going for this like hazy look.
So what is the secret to a 4 million Instagram following? Blogger Ami Song reveals it in her book, Capture Your Style. Last Friday, Ami had a book signing downtown at Neiman Marcus, where she met with fans and aspiring bloggers. Her book gives tips on how to stay authentic while marketing yourself, something her fans realize sets her apart from countless other bloggers.
But I think what she does better than a lot of other people is her authenticity and like just including all her followers on her journeys. Yeah.
So what's next for Ami, I asked? Beyond the business, she wants to continue building that human connection.
What's next? Well, my favorite thing about blogging and doing all this is actually meeting people and like the human connection. So I want to continue doing that, and I just love enjoying life. So that's what I want to do. I want to be happy and enjoy life.
Capture Your Style is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Thanks to Ami Song's advice, a lot of her fans will be singing her praises. From San Francisco, this is Thelma Annan, State of Events. Back to the studio.
A faculty lounge is to reopen in the Cesar Chavez Student Center. That's according to the Golden Gate Express. The former University Club was located next to the old library, but it was torn down to build the new J. Paul Leonard Library. The new U Club will be on the mezzanine level of the Student Center. No word on when it is scheduled to open.
Up next, in sports, an update on the Raiders and Warriors, and a preview of the San Francisco State Gators basketball team.
And we profile an SF State soccer player's journey as a freshman starter when we return on State of Events.
When I go out, I like to look my best. I like to make a strong fashion statement. The hardest part of getting ready is finding the perfect reusable bag to match my outfit. There are so many styles, I know there's a perfect reusable bag for any look. So when it's time to go shopping, my reusable bag is a reflection of who I am. Whatever your style is, make it a habit and grab it. This message brought to you by the Bay Area Recycling Outreach Coalition.
They say this is garbage. Useless. Out of style. They say that this is obsolete. Half forgotten, twice replaced, and then some. You are the re-originator. An innovator. The treasure hunter. Master of uncharted territories and pioneered ideas. A voyager. No doubts to break outside the boundaries. You have no boundaries. You have the power to shatter the mold. You. To reshape the rule. A new class. New norm. There is no norm. You're the breath of a new revolution. And they say that this is secondhand.
Welcome to Sports on State of Events. I'm Michelle Gong. Raiders quarterback Derek Carr is the talk of the town as he led his team to a thrilling 30-24 win in overtime and broke a couple records along the way. Carr threw 513 passing yards, breaking the team's single-game record, which was previously held by Cotton Davidson with 427. It wasn't easy, though. The Raiders had to overcome an NFL record 23 penalties. Carr says the team's concept of family is important on days like this.
That's just the thing about this team. We got each other's back, you know. And OTAs, you heard us talk about family so much. And, we want to really mean it, especially when a guy has a rough day. We have your back.
The winning touchdown came with less than 2 minutes in OT. Carr finds Roberts in the clear for a 41-yard touchdown. Carr says breaking the Raiders' single-game passing record was something he could only dream of doing.
That's stuff you dream of as a kid, and I'm just blessed that God's using me in this position, man. I'm just very thankful.
Now let's move on to the Warriors, who are back to their winning ways in big part thanks to this guy, Kevin Durant. It seems like he's found his groove, and the story tonight will be how he'll fare against his former team. The Warriors will host the Oklahoma City Thunder at Oracle tonight at 7:30. Definitely won't want to miss that. And from the pros to college, Andrew Bray is here with me. What's the latest on Gator sports, Andrew?
Well, Michelle, we'll bring in that graphic here. It's Gator sports. Men's and women's basketball both hosted their media day last week. And both teams say there's a lot to look forward to this season.
The San Francisco basketball teams are rolling out with another season of Gator basketball. While last season had many successful points, including a CCAA playoff berth for the men's team, and Kiara Ginwright setting a school record and leading the NCAA with 120 block shots, the Gators are hungry with an onslaught of veterans and new goals to achieve. The two teams have certainly worked hard to be sure they are prepared for this season. And at the annual Winter Sports Media Day, women's head coach Dennis Cox gave a maxim that could apply to both teams.
It's all about belief and confidence in yourself as an individual player and confidence in your teammates that they're going to be there for you and have your back in situations.
And you can believe that the Gators will be giving us something to cheer about.
Now, both teams will start their seasons on November 4th this Friday against Division I opponents. The men's team will travel to Nevada to host the Wolfpack, and the women's team will face my hometown Stockton Pacific Tigers. Michelle, it's certainly going to be a good season. What else do you have for Gator sports?
Oh, well, best of luck to them. The 2016 season for SF State men's soccer team is in the books. The Gators had their best season since joining the CCAA conference back in 1998. State of Events' Victor Anguiano is in the newsroom to explain how they've been able to turn their program around.
Well, one of the biggest reasons was because of Richard Leone. He went from being a walk-on to the team's top scorer with 7 goals. But his road to success didn't start in San Francisco. It started 4,500 miles away.
Richard Leone was born in Ventanilla, Peru. And unlike many, he wasn't raised by his parents. Richard Leone Sr. and Juliana Suarez immigrated to the U.S. seeking a better life for him and his younger sister Joanna. So Grandma and Grandpa stepped up and played the role of Mom and Dad.
I got very attached to them when I was back in Peru. And yeah, I just missed them a lot. When I was a little baby, they'd always take care of me.
Not only did they take care of him, his grandfather, Pedro Suarez, is the main reason why the freshman forward decided to kick a ball in the first place.
He would always take me everywhere with him, and I'd always watch him play, and that's where it kind of started.
And eventually in 2001, Leon was reunited with Mom and Dad. His grandparents still live in Peru, but they know exactly what their grandson has been up to. But before being a Gator, in 2015, Leon was a member of the under-18 San Jose Earthquakes Academy team that finished third in the nation. Yes, he's been very successful, but realizes none of this would have happened without his parents.
My dad, he let me borrow his car to go to practices an hour or 2 hours away from here when I was in the academy. And my mom's always keep on trying to go pro if you want that.
Leon's head coach, Javier Ayala, is also Hispanic, so he completely understands why Richard's family has been so supportive.
It's part of the culture. Obviously, the soccer is part of the culture as well, so I think that really helps him also being comfortable in his environment, which is, from the city. He gets to play in his backyard, and he's doing a fantastic job.
Now, Richard and his family are going back to Peru this summer, and he plans to spend as much time as he can with Grandma and Grandpa. Live in the newsroom, Victor Anguiano, State of Events. Tanya, back to you.
And that's going to be it for today's State of Events.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.